Hey everyone. Happy what is today? Wednesday, right? I don't even know what day it is. My name is Michelle Zunich, and I am a brand influencer and social marketer. And I really wanted to hop on tonight and talk to you guys about automation. And when I'm talking automation, I'm talking really to put your leads, your sales, uh, everything on automation, right? And I've found something that really helped me with my sales, right? Hey, girl, how are you? Hey, Christine. I started implementing the platform using TikTok, right? So I took the project broadcast, I stuck it in my milkshake mini website, and hey, Katrina, and I put my leads right on automation, all on automation. So now I want to ask you guys something. I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you out there are receiving text messages, maybe from your favorite makeup company, maybe from a pharmacy, maybe your favorite clothing store? I know I just got one from BB's today, and I get one from my prescription. Comment me below and let me know where you're getting them from. So, isn't that a great way to market? Like, everyone's looking at their text messages, right? Like, I really want you guys to think about how genius this marketing and getting a text message to maybe add value, or maybe it's not always about a sale, right? It's about follow-up, and it's about, getting new customers and getting leads and maybe sending them things with value. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, girl. How are you? So I want you guys to really, really think about that. Let's see here. Hold on a second here. Let me see if he's on. Now, tonight, I am going to be interviewing Jake, who has kindly agreed to sit in on with me tonight and do an interview. So I'm just waiting for him to get on and to add him onto this platform. Let me see here. Share screen. Let me see if he's on. There you are. Let us put us on together.
Hey, hey.
Hey, Jake, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. So yeah, I was just telling everyone, I blew up on TikTok and had all of my sales automated using Project Broadcast and some other of my favorite third-party tools. And I am so, so glad you agreed to sit down with me tonight. I really appreciate it. And I think a lot of the girls had some questions and they were really excited. But I want you to get in a little bit, why Project Broadcast? Why did it start? Why do you think it was important to really implement this texting service instead of email, or some of the other ways we would market ourselves on social media?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll talk for a minute just about like where it came from. I mean, my wife and my CTO's wife were both looking for a text marketing platform back in 2016, and there were products in the market, but we thought they were really expensive and not really suited to folks in network marketing and direct sales or small entrepreneurs. They were really geared for kind of different business models, and we really felt that we could kind of dethrone those products and build something that's catered to the small entrepreneur, the solopreneur, and make it more affordable. We're big believers in the idea that if you find a tool that works, it actually doesn't matter. It matters if you can use the tool and people in your organization can use the tool to grow their business as well. So we focused really heavily on building a Project Broadcast to be affordable, but at the same time, we feel be the most robust texting platform that people can add to their toolkit. And we launched that in 2017.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. Because, like, I know I just got messages today from BBs and some makeup things. And I'm like, it's just so awesome
Hmm.
because I don't always read my emails.
Mm-mm.
And sometimes they get lost in the shuffle, right? Like, I have to go back and look, but someone's going to look at their phone, right? You're going to
Yeah.
see a text message.
The thing that I like to tell people to do, because I get asked all the time, why texting versus email, or they'll say texting's not going to work for my business. And what's interesting is, you can just do a simple test, and you can take your phone and look at your phone. Forget project broadcast, forget your business. You're a person with a phone. If you look at your phone and look at the little badges on your Facebook Messenger, on your Instagram, on your email, on your text, on your voicemails, you typically see that texting has one of the smallest numbers, if any, in the badge, just showing you that as normal people, we read text messages much faster than we're going to listen to a voicemail, or we're going to go read an email, or even respond to a social message sometimes that we get DM'd on, Facebook or Insta. So just as normal people, we communicate heavily through texting. And Project Broadcast just allows you to do that on your own phone number that you get when you sign up as a business phone number, and kind of separate your personal number from your business number. But it's the same concept. You're going to send a text message to someone, and they're more likely to read that than they are an email. The major carriers actually put out some stats that said that texting has a read rate of 98%, and 96% of all text messages are read in the first 2 minutes of delivery. And you compare that to, like, say, email has an open rate of about 20% and a read rate of about 15%. So if you send 100 text messages, 98 get read, 96 get read in the first 2 minutes. You send an email, 15 get read, right? That's a very different scale in terms of engagement.
Exactly. What I loved about it was, like I said, I implemented it on the TikTok platform.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like in Kohl's. And my husband's like, what is going on in your phone? Because I was just getting sales after sales, because people had seen a couple of my videos where I added a call to action to my project broadcast number, and they would get it, like they typed in a keyword and it went right to my link where they were ordering.
Yep. Yeah, with Project Broadcast, right, you can create content by either scheduling a message to just go out to a lot of people. Maybe you have like a VIP list, or you can create campaigns where it kind of drips content onto people. You can create keywords like what you're saying, where you create this word or phrase that someone can text you, and magic things happen, right? You can put them in a campaign. You can reply to it with a message. You could send them a form to fill out. There's so many things you could do with a keyword. And what's been fun to see over the last, 3, 4, 5 years is you look at people's Instagram now, their Clubhouse bio, their TikTok bio, you're starting to see people say, text me, in their actual social platform, and they'll have a phone number there. Well, here's a little secret. That's not their real phone number.
Right. I don't want people I got my kids blowing up my phone. I don't need strangers blowing up my phone.
They're using a platform like Project Broadcast in order to engage with their audience and engage with their customers. So, it's become a really powerful tool, I think. And I think even when you look at social, and I'll just say out of the gate, I'm pretty opinionated. It doesn't mean I'm right, but I'm opinionated. I actually think social is going to continue to fragment, meaning, I remember the days when it was just MySpace, and then, Facebook came along and kind of took over the social game. And then you had Insta and Snapchat and WhatsApp and Telegram and Signal, and there's all of these social networks now that exist in the marketplace. I actually think it's going to continue to fragment. So the great thing about, text marketing is it allows you to extract your audience from all of these platforms into something that you control.
Yeah.
Like if you have a big Instagram following, say you have 20,000 Instagram followers, you can only communicate with those people on platform, meaning in Instagram. But if you use Instagram as a mechanism to pull your influence out of Instagram with like keywords, and like you're talking about, like you do with TikTok, you've now got them in your own list. And when they're in your own list, you've got their name, you've got their phone number. If they've given you other information, then you've got that as well. But now it's out of the platform, and you can mobilize that audience in different ways a lot easier.
Right. And it's not just for sales, right?
No.
It's not just for sales. And maybe you can touch a little bit on that, but it's for follow-up for customers, it's for leads to nurture. There's so many different ways you can use the platform, right?
Yeah, and I would even say honestly, if you are sending only sales, promo, incentive messages through Project Broadcast, you're doing it completely wrong.
Right.
And this is the way I think about it. Like, Michelle, say you and I are texting, and I open our conversation, and the only thing I see in our conversation is you asking me to buy something. What is going to happen over time? I'm going to ignore your messages.
Right.
I'm going to get desensitized to your messages because I'm going to know if I got a message from Michelle, it's probably her asking me or telling me about a coupon or a promo, right?
Right.
Your big goal should be, and this isn't a Project Broadcast tip, this is a marketing tip. Your big goal should be adding value to people. So you got to think of ways to add value to people so that when there's an opportunity to ask them to purchase something, it doesn't feel like they're being sold to. It doesn't feel like you're just stuffing coupons in their mailbox. And I think that's the magic. When you can figure out with your business and your audience how to drive value, whether it's through follow-up or prospecting or product education or business tips or recipes or happy birthdays or congratulatory messages or gratitude messages. If you have mostly that stuff, when you do have a sale or a promo opportunity, it's mixed in a deeper conversation, right? It's not just getting a bunch of coupons, and your primary goal should be building relationship, and sales come out of relationship. Now that's not always the case when you're prospecting, because that's typically a cold person messaging you to learn. But for your existing customers and even prospects, I think the number one goal should be, how do you drive value to them so that later you can ask them?
Right. Like I send birthday messages.
Yep.
I do recipes, right? I do just to nurture, right? Just to nurture, give them value, give them something to hold on to. Tips, tips on the products, tips like I'm in health and wellness, so tips on the collagen, whatever it may be, but you're not always pushing a sale down their throat, right?
No.
And you don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, as a regular consumer, right, Michelle, you don't want that.
No.
Which means the person you're messaging probably doesn't either. But if you're sending them recipes and health and wellness tips and the favorite quote from the book you read today, and you're trying to really engage them as a person, when you do have a chance to ask them to buy something, they're not going to feel like, oh my God, it's Michelle asking me to buy something again.
Right.
It's a very different conversation, I think.
Right. And I have I'm a big fan. I'm a clothes horse, and I had BBs text me all the time, but it's always about a sale. Always. And it's a clothing store. And I do have my pharmacy. Like, do you want to be on text message? So, I don't know, but you do need to add value.
I think there's a time and a place for it. I think, if you're Chili's, I always use this example. I don't know why, but I do. Chili's can send a text message to millions of people for $1 off fried pickles, and that will convert. You know what I mean? That will convert. A number of people will come into the restaurant, show the text message, get their $1 off free pickles, and they'll have a huge spike in revenue because they sent that text message. But that doesn't work for all business types, right?
No, it doesn't.
It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Chili's isn't trying to build a relationship with me so much as they want me to come buy those free pickles or those.
Or my table's ready, right? We'll talk when your table's ready.
Yeah.
That just happened to me downtown Cleveland. So, how would network marketers really level up their game using this? I know we're touching on it a bit, but really be able to grow their business using this platform.
What I like to talk about with leaders is this opportunity this thing that I call opportunity lists. And I always say this, you're welcome to use it because I didn't coin it. I just love the term. And to me, an opportunity list is a low friction reason to reach out to people. So you hear me talking about value a lot, right? How do you add value? How do you add value? And this is where you have to sit down in the business, and say, what can I do in terms of communication to add value to people? What systems do I need to implement? And how can Project Broadcast help me with that? And when you're looking at direct sales and network marketing type businesses, it's things like What are you doing today for follow-up? You could easily create a 222 follow-up campaign in Project Broadcast and automate your follow-up. What are you doing for cold prospecting? You could create a keyword for a cold party and create a text party in Project Broadcast where you're educating someone about your products, driving them to make a purchase decision right in Project Broadcast. What are you doing for team onboarding? So when you enrolled your first, business builder, I guarantee you were ignorance on fire. I guarantee it. You were super excited and scared to death at the exact same time.
What do I do with her?
Yes. What do I do? Did I tell them how to get in the back office? Do they know how our pay plan works? So what are you doing for a new consultant onboarding? Do you think you could set up a 30 or a 60 or a 90-day campaign where maybe once every other day they're getting a text on how to grow the business, what income producing activities they should be doing, specifically what they should post on social media today to help drive their business? How often are you thanking customers who are just great customers in your business as a simple gratitude message, or telling your team members or your customers happy birthday, or thank you for another year in supporting my business? And this is why I like talking about opportunity lists. It's key. You heard me say that it's low friction. That's super key. If I'm sending a message to a customer that's been a great customer, they're not going to be angry that I told them thank you. They love my product. They're not going to be angry. If I send a message to a business builder that just enrolled their first business builder, they're not going to be upset that I tell them great job and that I'd love to sit and chat with them about what their goals are for the business and how I can support them. They're not going to be angry about that. So you think of these low friction reasons, and I'm a big believer that list is infinite. And only one thing on the list is asking someone to buy something, right? So if you really sit and think about the business first and say, great, now I want to create some systems. I want to create some prospecting campaigns so that I've got evergreen content always working for me. I want to create some follow-up systems that can help me get my time back, where I've got a system doing the follow-up for me. That's still personal. It's still personalized content. That's where I think Project Broadcast really shines. And yes, it does shine in sending out a big message on a sale or a promo. It of course does that. But if you focus on the opportunity list, you'll find that you'll keep engagement a lot longer with your customers. If you just signed up today and sent out 100 messages to try to get a sale, you're probably going to get a sale. But if you did it tomorrow and the next day and the next day, that's going to eventually die out. But if you focus on engaging with the customer and you keep them engaged through real conversation, then when you do ask them for a sale, the time you ask them again for a sale, there's going to be a lot of conversation between those two moments in time, and your engagement won't die off as much.
Right. Let's talk about a hot topic.
Okay.
Approaching Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Right. And right? I was with a company where we spammed everybody. Black Friday. How, of course, there's sales, right? We're going to have a lot of sales. How can you twist that using Project Broadcast to not be so spammy, but to be able to, we're talking about adding value around the holiday season when we want people to buy our stuff because the stuff's on sale?
No, it's a great question. And sometimes people don't like my answer on this. So if you don't, I apologize in advance. Here's my belief. Again, remember I said I'm super opinionated.
That's all right.
Okay. I don't think let's say you blast out a message on Black Friday, Cyber Monday to people. My belief is you didn't earn the right to do that. So my belief is that you should be adding value today so that when Black Friday, Cyber Monday comes along, you've earned the ability to now message them about Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So along the way, while you're adding value, what you could be doing instead of a push mechanism. So a lot of people in marketing do what's called a push approach, where they just blast out stuff to everybody.
Right.
You really want to figure out how to pull people to you. So if I wanted to do a Black Friday, Cyber Monday, thing, I'm going to be adding value to people. And along the way, I'm going to nudge them and say, hey, holiday season's coming up. I'm confident We're going to have great deals for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. If you just want to know about those as soon as they come available, reply Black Friday and have them do that now. And then that keyword can reply and just say, I'm so excited. You want to know about all of our Black Friday specials when they become available? I promise as soon as I know, you'll know. So now you've got a tag of all the people in Black Friday. So even if you have 1,000 contacts and say 200 have asked you about Black Friday, you shouldn't be sending out 1,000 messages on Black Friday. You should be sending out 200 because those are the people that actually asked for the content. And I know, again, the initial idea with the people have when they get on a platform like Project Broadcast or any marketing platform is they just start blasting messages. And I think you kind of have to earn the right to blast people. You got to add value to them.
Right. And they have to give you permission too. Like,
absolutely.
You don't want to be spamming them. You want to give them permission 100%.
Yeah. Like your first message, if you want to do a blast when you first sign up, that message should be, hey, this is Jake. This is my new business number. If you ever need anything, I'm always here. That kind of message. And I'm not going to put a sale or a promo in that message. It's going to be a genuine, this is my new phone number.
That's so funny you say that because I put a message together for somebody like that today. They're like, can you put a message together for me? And I'm like, we're going to keep it real generic. And it was exactly like that.
Because think of it this way, if you got a message from me and it said, hey, this is my new phone number. If you ever need anything, let me know. Oh, by the way, here's a 10% off coupon for my product. It's going to look like a sales message versus if I send you a message that just says, hey, this is my new business number. If you ever need anything, let me know. I'd love to help. It's going to feel like a real message. Like I'm really wanting you to update your contact info with my phone number. And that if you need something, let me know. And I'll try to find another way later to kind of reach out to you to try to get engagement with you, not just blast a coupon to you.
Right. Right. Now, I had a lot of questions and I had messaged you about the credits, like, how much does it cost? The credits, how does that work? Can you go over that a little bit?
Sure. So we have plans. They're all monthly subscription plans. And our entry-level plan is called the starter plan. So the starter plan gives you 500 credits per month. And in Project Broadcast terms, a credit is an outgoing message. So if I were to schedule a message to 10 people, that's 10 credits. Now, if those people respond to me, those incoming messages, we don't charge you for those. And if you're talking to someone one-on-one, like if you and I are just in a chat and we're just talking back and forth in Project Broadcast, we don't charge credits for that either.
Okay. So at one time, did they charge?
We did. Yeah. Okay. So as August the 16th, I think, is when the new plan structure went into place, where even on the starter plan now, you get what we call unlimited chat. It's not unlimited texting, it's unlimited chat. So if you're in that chat tab, talking with someone one-on-one, we don't charge any credits for that.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Now I've been seeing, and I've had a chance to watch the video on it, but about landing pages. Is that something that was added?
It's super new. Like, I don't think it's even a month old yet.
No.
We saw that people were paying for these whole systems to create landing pages.
Yep.
And we looked at that. And again, our heart is for this industry. And I feel like it's kind of an underserved market. So we looked at a couple of providers that were out there. We talked to a lot of people that were using them and creating their landing pages. We looked at their actual landing pages and we're like, we can do this. And we don't have to charge people for it. So we added a whole landing page concept in Project Broadcast. You can create your own landing pages. We host them for you. You can insert them into your messages. And when people click on your links to your landing pages, you can even know when people clicked on it and who clicked on it. So you get some analytics on the landing page. And we even have, I want to say 20 templates that you can start your landing page from. And there are actually templates in there for different product categories like health and wellness, skincare. There's like salely, like a Black Friday. I think there's 2 or 3 Black Friday, Cyber Monday templates for people to use as kind of a starting point. Or you can just start from scratch and build something completely from scratch.
I'm going to take a look at it tomorrow because I had to put a landing page together for someone tomorrow, and we were going to use a different company. And if we could keep all of her stuff together in one place instead of having everything all over the place, I think that's a great idea.
And it's one less thing to pay for, right? It's one less thing you have to go have a subscription for.
Absolutely. I want to thank you. I'm going to see if anybody has any questions. They should come up. Hey, everyone, Katrina, Jeannie, if you guys have any questions, just drop them below and we will get them answered. See if everyone's still on.
Yeah, you'll have to play with the landing pages. I think you'll.
I'm really techie. And, I'm a virtual assistant also. So I do this stuff for people. And I will sit there and figure it out till I'm blue in the face. And I love this platform because everyone's like, it's not hard once you start doing it. And it's very simple.
People get a little overwhelmed because Project Broadcast can do so many things. And what they have to kind of, come to the realization is that you don't actually need to know every feature to be successful. Like you said, you haven't even used landing pages yet, right? A lot of people haven't.
Right.
So it's about starting with what you can learn to be successful. How do you create contacts? How do you schedule broadcast messages? How do you use the chat feature? And just those features alone can help someone be very successful. They don't need to know campaigns or keywords. They can learn all of that as they mature with using the product.
Right. I have a question. When you're uploading your contacts with a CSV, can you have a tag already set up, or do you have to add contacts to the tag after they're uploaded?
That's a good question, Lisa. So you can do either. Let's say you've got a CSV file, and let's just pretend those are all of your Texas customers. I'm in Texas, so I'll just make that up. When you go to import your CSV file, there's actually a field called additional tags. And you could literally just type the word Texas there. And when it imports everyone in that file, it will tag each person with Texas, even if Texas didn't exist before. So if Texas did exist before, it'll add them to the tag. And if Texas didn't exist before, it'll create it and add them to the tag.
That's awesome. All right. Katrina has a question. Can you still earn credits for the trainings?
You can. So our training, I should have probably mentioned this, but we have training everywhere. There's training at training.projectbroadcast.com. That's our web school that we call it. You have to create an account there, but it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a different system. If you complete training modules within a certain time period of being signed up, like I think there's a quick start training that if you complete within 7 days of signing up, we give you 100 credits. And then most of the other ones I think are within 30 days of signing up, and they vary between 10 credits and 25 credits and 50 credits. So we try to reward you for kind of educating yourself. And then if you need some additional training, there's training videos right in the app in the More tab. We call the 3 stacked bars the More tab. There's training videos there. Those are shorter in nature, typically 3 to 4 minutes each. And if you need even more training, there's Project Broadcast Bootcamp. That's a Facebook group where I think there's 17 or so videos. And those videos are very long. Some of them are 30, 40 minutes long, but they have my screen up and we go through almost every button you see on the screen and what it does and how to use it. So there's kind of different degrees of training depending on how much support you need. If you're super techie, like Michelle, you probably can just go through the web school and look at the screenshots and the step-by-step and be like, oh, I got this. Or some people like to just play, right? They like to go.
I like to play around with it. I like to, if I make a mistake, it's fixable, right? Like my boss told me, he's like, did you do everything right on the computer? I'm like, listen, we can fix it if I didn't. It's all fixable and you can go back and fix it. But yeah, I like to try to figure it out on myself. Jeannie, you're funny. She says, I'm the queen of Project Broadcast. I love you, girl.
Thanks, Jeannie. I appreciate that.
I love it. So I'm gonna see if I have any more questions.
Sure.
Let me see here. I know it's getting kind of late, but some are in Texas with you, some of these girls. I think that's about it.
Nice. That wasn't too bad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that you've answered a lot of our questions. I think it's an awesome platform. When I first started it a year ago, I wasn't too sure of it, right? Like, I'm
Mhm.
like, well, how do we implement this? Like, how can we use it? And I really figured it out, and I've really put my business on automation. Like, I have 3 dogs. I have a husband. I have 2 kids, and I work a part-time job, and I needed something for myself that could put my business on automation with whatever messages I was sending out or
Yeah.
whatever they were doing. So
You
it's
get
a
your
great
time back.
platform.
You get
Yeah.
your time back, which is pretty valuable.
Well, I need it, right? Like I said,
Yeah.
no more weekends. Like I need to run it when I'm sleeping. Like I need my weekend.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not doing nothing on the weekends. I got a puppy. My life is like, I don't even know what I was thinking. But all right. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you hopping on tonight with us.
Absolutely.
And thank you. You have a great night.
Awesome. Thanks, Michelle. Have
You're
a good night,
welcome.
guys.
Bye-bye.